Hello and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana and I'm joined by Matt. We're covering a wide range of news stories for you today.
That's right, Dana. We've got a packed show with updates on politics, economy, sports, and more. Let's dive right in.
President Donald Trump is set to address the nation on Thursday night, and the topics are expected to include elections and voting machines. This suggests he may revisit some unproven claims about Republican losses, particularly his own in 2020.
So what's driving this focus on election conspiracies? Is there a particular incident or claim he's likely to address?
The reporting indicates that Trump is likely to revisit some of the unproven claims he has made previously about election integrity. It seems to be a continuation of his ongoing narrative around the 2020 election results.
I see. And how does this relate to his current political standing or upcoming elections?
It's likely tied to his base and maintaining their support. By focusing on election conspiracies, Trump may be trying to rally his supporters around a familiar theme.
That makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the coming days.
The New York Times has filed a motion to quash subpoenas served by the Justice Department on journalists who reported on security concerns involving the new Qatari-gifted Air Force One. This is setting up a significant court fight over press freedom.
Wait, how does this affect the journalists involved and their sources?
The subpoenas are aimed at forcing reporters to identify their sources. This is a major concern for press freedom, as it could chill future reporting if sources feel their anonymity can't be protected.
That's a critical issue. What's the New York Times arguing in their motion?
They're arguing that the subpoenas are an overreach and violate the principles of a free press. They're pushing back against the government's attempt to compel journalists to reveal confidential sources.
So this case could have broader implications for journalist source confidentiality?
Exactly. The outcome could set a precedent for how such cases are handled in the future. The Supreme Court has expressed concern over introducing a third language in CBSE Class 9, suggesting it could increase stress on students. They've urged the center to consider introducing it earlier in classes 5 or 6.
How significant is this change, and what's the current policy?
The proposal is to introduce a third language from Class 9 onwards. The Supreme Court is questioning the timing, suggesting it might be too late and too stressful for students at that level.
That makes sense. Introducing a new language earlier on might be more effective and less burdensome.
Right. The court is essentially saying that Class 9 is already stressful with board exams, so adding a new language might be too much. TMC MP Koyal Malik has resigned from the Rajya Sabha just months after joining. This follows another TMC MLA, Madan Mitra, joining a rebel faction, citing ineffectiveness within the party.
What's behind Koyal Malik's resignation? Is there a larger issue within the TMC?
It seems to be part of a larger turmoil within the TMC. Madan Mitra's move to a rebel faction and his allegations about the party leadership might be connected to Malik's resignation.
I see. So there's potentially a significant power struggle or dissatisfaction within the party.
That's right. These developments suggest there are internal issues the TMC need to address. Senator John Fetterman has warned that he would leave the Democratic Party if it adopts an anti-Israel platform. He's drawn a red line around the party's stance on Israel.
What's driving Fetterman's strong stance on this issue?
Fetterman is known for his straightforward approach. His statement reflects a strong commitment to U.S.-Israel relations, which he considers a moral red line.
And how might this affect his relationship with his party, particularly with progressives?
It's likely to create tension, especially with progressive Democrats who might have different views on Israel. Fetterman's stance could lead to interesting dynamics within the party. The U.S. is imposing a 25% tariff on certain Brazilian imports effective July 22nd after finding unfair trade practices. This is part of the ongoing trade tensions and investigations.
What specific trade practices are being cited as unfair?
The reporting mentions a range of practices deemed unfair by the U.S. It's part of a broader investigation into Brazil's trade policies.
How might this tariff impact U.S.-Brazil trade relations and the broader economy?
It could lead to retaliatory measures from Brazil and affect trade balances. The tariff might also have ripple effects on various industries in both countries. The FDA has approved Merck's Lipfendra, a non-injectable pill that lowers bad cholesterol by blocking the PCSK protein. This offers an alternative to injectable treatments.
How does Lipfendra compare to existing cholesterol treatments?
It's the first oral medication of its kind to block PCSK. This could be a game changer for patients who prefer oral medication over injections.
That's significant. What's the expected impact on patient compliance and outcomes?
It's likely to improve compliance since oral medications are generally easier for patients to adhere to. This could lead to better overall outcomes for those with high cholesterol. Uber has launched a public takeover offer for Delivery Hero, valuing it at $14.8 billion. This move aims to create the world's largest food delivery firm outside China.
What's the strategic rationale behind Uber's acquisition bid?
Uber is expanding its food delivery network globally. Acquiring Delivery Hero would significantly boost its presence in international markets.
And how might this affect the competitive landscape in the food delivery space?
It would make Uber a much stronger competitor against other major players like Just Eat and DoorDash. The acquisition could lead to a more consolidated market. The EU has issued new rules forcing Google to share search data and open its Android operating system to rival AI companies. This aims to promote innovation and diversity.
What are the specific changes Google is being asked to make?
Google must share search data and allow other AI companies to integrate with Android. This is meant to create a more level playing field.
How might this impact Google's business model and user experience?
It could change how Google operates, particularly in terms of data sharing and AI integration. The goal is to promote fair access and innovation. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final between Argentina and Spain is scheduled for July 19, 2026. The match details, including location and other specifics, are being finalized.
What's the significance of this match given the teams involved?
Both Argentina and Spain are strong teams with a rich football history. This final promises to be an exciting contest between two football powerhouses.
And what's the current status of preparations for the 2026 World Cup?
The reporting indicates that preparations are underway, with details about the venue, performers, and other aspects being confirmed. The Philadelphia Flyers have signed forward Trevor Zegras to a 4-year, $36.5 million contract. Zegras had a career-high 26 goals and 67 points last season.
What are the implications of this contract for the Flyers' salary cap and team strategy?
The contract carries an annual cap hit of $9.125 million. This is a significant commitment, reflecting the Flyers' confidence in Zegras' abilities.
And how does this fit into the broader NHL salary trends?
The NHL salary cap is rising, and player salaries are following suit. Zegras' contract is part of this larger trend. Micah Richards revealed he learned of his father's death just before going live on air for the BBC's coverage of England's World Cup semi-final against Argentina.
How did Richards handle the situation, and what was his reaction?
Richards continued with the broadcast despite the sad news, showing his professionalism. He later shared the news on social media.
That's a tough situation. It speaks to his dedication to his work.
The EFL will be airing on Sky Sports Football HD, with various matches scheduled. The details include specific match dates and times.
What's the significance of the EFL being broadcast on Sky Sports?
It's a major platform for English football, and being on Sky Sports means a wide audience can access these matches.
And what are some of the key matches to look out for?
There are several matches listed, including Bristol City versus Hull City and Brentford versus Fulham across different dates and times. The White House has confirmed that President Trump will attend the 2026 FIFA World Cup final between Spain and Argentina. This is a significant event for the U.S.
What's the context behind Trump's decision to attend the World Cup final?
The White House announcement highlights the event's importance. It's seen as a major sporting occasion in the U.S.
And how might Trump's presence impact the event or its security?
Trump's attendance could affect security arrangements and the overall atmosphere of the event. Sam Neill, the Jurassic Park star, died of pneumonia according to his agent. His family had previously confirmed his death at 78.
What were the circumstances surrounding Neil's death?
The agent clarified that Neill died from pneumonia. His family had mentioned he was cancer-free at the time of his death.
And how has the news been received by fans and the industry?
There have been tributes and condolences from fans and colleagues celebrating Neil's legacy and contributions to film. Kris Jenner shared news of her mother's passing on Instagram. Mary Jo MJ Shannon was 91.
How did Kris Jenner react to her mother's death?
Kris Jenner shared an emotional tribute on Instagram, expressing her grief and paying tribute to her mother.
And what's the reaction been from the Kardashian-Jenner family and their followers?
The family has shown support for Kris, and there have been condolences from fans and followers on social media. Julia Garner and her husband, Mark Foster, have separated after more than 6 years of marriage, according to sources.
What's known about the reasons behind their separation?
The reporting doesn't specify the reasons, but it confirms they have gone their separate ways.
And how might this affect Julia Garner's public image or upcoming projects?
It's likely to generate some media attention, but it might not significantly impact her career unless she chooses to discuss it publicly. More than 500 people, mostly Rohingya refugees, are feared dead after 2 boats capsized off Myanmar. The UN agencies are reporting on the incident.
What's the context behind these boats and the refugees on board?
The boats were carrying Rohingya passengers fleeing violence in Myanmar, attempting to reach countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, or Thailand.
And what's the international response been to this maritime tragedy?
The UN has warned of the incident